The worst thing about being a child is those gosh darn parents keeping you from having any fun. Well, one mother out in the UK, she decided to bend the rules, implementing a yes policy to absolutely everything. I'm Michael McCrudden, talking to you about ice cream for breakfast, here for you on IO. Bea Marshall, well, she sounds like a dream mom because she lets her two boys, Peep and Joss, not only have awesome names, but she lets them choose their own bedtime. If they want to play computer games rather than come to the table and eat their evening meal, that's fine too. The boys can crayon on the walls of their home. If they don't fancy doing their homework, they can watch movies back to back. They're even allowed to swear at their mother. Now that last one I don't agree with. Mother is like a sacred person. You need to like cherish her and love her and never swear at your mom. So you're probably thinking these two boys are likely hellraisers, but it's actually the contrary. They're very well behaved young men. So where did Bea come up with the idea to start implementing yes parenting? I had a funny feeling she sat down and watched the 2009 Jim Carrey flick Yes Men, and she was like, this is what I'm gonna do, but for my kids.
Time and opportunity presents itself, you will say yes.
Well, what happened when she had her first son, Peep, she was obsessed with being what she called a super nanny and would spend so much time, countless hours reading all those to-do books. And then she realized she didn't want to control her children, so she began looking for alternative methods to raise her boys. Would have been way cooler if it was because of the Jim Carrey movie and then Jim would like show up and then they would have so much zany fun. Dream come true. Originally, Bea took to yes parenting in the extreme, which she admits was a mistake. I started saying yes to everything. She says he wanted ice cream every day instead of cereal. He'd fill up on sweets and choose a bowl of custard before his dinner. He forced himself to stay awake as suddenly I wasn't setting bedtimes anymore and would watch cartoons for hours. After about 2 months I thought, oh no, I've made a huge mistake here, but I kept reading and trusting in the yes strategy and it worked. After 3 months of having everything they wanted, doing whatever they could, the boys began to ground themselves. They no longer wanted ice cream because they could have it at any time. They actually want less sweets than the average kid because to them they're no big deal anymore. Now the mother does have to say no to some things. If the boys want to throw back a case of beer or a liter of vodka, well that's not gonna fly. Or if the kids want to like take the wheel of the car and start driving, she ain't gonna allow them to do that. If they wanted to buy a crocodile, she turned it into a conversation being like, how are we gonna have one of those? How are we gonna afford it? Where are we gonna keep it? Then the boys would rationalize it and go, yeah, that makes more sense. Although a lot of women probably hate Bea because they think she's some kind of crazy mother, at least she does respect the law, and you won't see Peep and Joss throwing back a 40 and taking the wheel. For more information on this story, be sure to check out the links down below. My name's Michael McCrudden, and if you're a kid out there and you wanted to get away with something, what would you do? Let me know down below.